Shut up, you guys. Brandon's like in the window, just around. All right, everybody, this is a mic, okay? Just don't like, whatever. We're away from home today, okay? We don't have a normal setup. I don't have a normal clapper. Here, does this count? Hi, it's Trixie, welcome back to the channel. And today, we're not in the YouTube studio. Today, we are in beautiful Palm Springs, California at the one and only Trixie Motel. Now, I've gotten ready here a couple times out of necessity, but honestly, normally we're so booked and it's so full of guests that I like to get ready at like David's mom's house, and I like to come here in full drag and like say hi to the guests and stuff. But today, we're in the beautiful Flamingo room. Look at, I mean, you guys, my lighting setup is not what it normally is today, but this is one of the most beautiful rooms. I mean, the custom mural, the wallpaper, Danny Daisy LA did a great job. Today, I'm just gonna get ready, and we're coming up to the 1 year anniversary of the motel being open, and I just thought today we could get ready and just reflect on that. Now, I know I have a little bit of a beard. Whenever I have a beard, you guys are like, oh my God, daddy, but you know, I'm about to shave it. Remember this moment where I was beautiful. And I guess let's shave and be right back. All right, so my brows are pretty much glued on. You guys have seen me put my makeup on 12,000 times. You know, I always do think of like the random YouTube scroller who finds the channel though, and like if you're not privy to drag or anything, you're probably like, what is going on? You're like, you're at your own motel? You're gluing your eyebrows? Guys, it's so hot here today. It's like 112 today here in Palm Springs. Palm Springs is interesting because the summers here are so hot. The high season, like if you consider it like a vacation, any of you who worked in hospitality, you know that like the high season is usually like the busier season. The high season in Palm Springs is winter because it's more manageable, the heat. But for Trixie Motel, with the high seasons all year, we do great all year. For sure. It's just interesting that it's so incredibly hot here that even for a desert town, vacation people are like, yeah, I'm not going in the summer. I take my little hat off. Isn't it cute? By the way, we have these little trucker hats. Aren't they adorable? So today I thought we would just get in drag and kind of chat. I mean, catching up, you guys, I've been all over the place, mentally, spiritually. By the way, I thought we'd try a new foundation today. I'm feeling bold. I kind of want to try this new HAUS Labs foundation. I've tried it a few times out of drag. I just don't know if it would be good for drag. It's 112 degrees today, we might as well try, right? If I put it on, it's too sheer, I'll just do a layer of the makeup forever. You guys know I like worship this foundation, so if this is too sheer, we'll do that. Forgot to put on skincare, great. Moving right along. I'm gonna do a little bit of this La Mer primer right on my nose. This is the area of my face that really wants to eat makeup when I'm hot, and today it's hot here. Of course, it's not hot in the rooms. At Trixie Motel, we have incredible air conditioning. I was staying at another hotel in town this week, and I was in bed, and I was just like, David, this hotel does not have as good of air conditioning as we do. You guys know I would never let you down at the Trixie Motel with the air conditioning. So this Gaga HAUS Labs Triclone foundation, when I wear it out of drag, I think it has almost a like dewy look to it. So I hope in drag it's not too dewy because it looks very real to me. I love the way it looks out of drag. I wear this out of drag on camera all the time and I think it's so beautiful. HAUS Labs sent me this color in the mail and it was like the perfect match. What is it? Light, medium, neutral, 250. Something the way I photograph or something, brands usually send me the absolute lightest of every shade and I so frequently like I can't wear it. And you guys know for drag, I like to go almost a little darker and warmer anyway. So if it's too light, I'm not gonna get to use it. So I was really thrilled when HAUS Labs sent this. Fun fact, you guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. You guys, I don't know where my Trixie hand mirrors are. I guess we have them in check-in, but I don't wanna go over there. So I'm using this little ColourPop blush as my mirror today. Yeah, nice coverage, but very almost a glassy look. Pretty though. Do you guys see how glowy it is? It's just a little glowy for me for drag in the desert. Thank you very much. It's 112 outside. Okay, we don't need glow. I'm gonna add a little bit of my Makeup Forever foundation to this to lighten and brighten and start to shape it out here. It's so crazy, you guys. I will tell you guys this. I guess because I have a bar, you know, I have This Is It Milwaukee, the most wonderful bar in the world. I guess I thought it would be a lot like having a bar, and it is in some ways, but having a motel, it's like a gay bar where people don't ever go home. They drink here, they eat here, they work here from their computers during the day, they party at night, they swim, they take pictures of themselves, they shop, and like, they come to the property and don't leave. I guess I kind of thought like, oh, people will come here to sleep, but they'll mostly adventure into Palm Springs. When people come stay at the Trixie Motel, you guys, they don't really go anywhere. We end up recommending places to go. We love like 1501 Gastropub across the street. We love Iconic Atomic, the vintage store. There's so many gay bars I love. I love Black Book. So there's lots of recommendations I can give, but most people when they come here for real, they just want to lounge here. They don't want to leave, which is great. I mean, it's like a paradise. There's nothing like it. And honestly, I've gotten to do so many cool things in my career, and the motel is at the very top of the list. It's just, there's nothing like it. No one's ever done anything like it, and it's such a serve. Like, I remember when we finished the motel, if you watch season 1, David and I are like sitting on the roof reflecting on the fact that we finished, and I've always loved David. But working with him on this project, watching someone you love really, truly pull a rabbit out of a hat, and it's a collaboration. Like, I think, you know, for him, he loved being able to make something that was like, I don't know, like a love letter in a way. It was very sweet what he did here. And I mean, listen, I helped, but I couldn't have done any of this without David, believe me. This is looking pretty good. You guys, I know this angle and this lighting's not as good as my normal. Did you guys get in the real tea today? I feel like whenever we're out of the studio, you guys see my makeup in real lighting. Maybe you realize how disgusting I am and how ugly I am, but you gotta find out sometime, right? So I do love the HAUS Labs foundation. As you can see, I put some of the Makeup Forever over it and it just mattified it a little bit, but I really do like this coverage. I love this bottle. It reminds me of like a magic potion. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't crazy about the first iteration of HAUS Labs. So this clean, like, you know, makeup technology kind of vibe they're doing, I think is so beautiful. They just do a great job. Everybody at HAUS Labs, I'm a fan. You guys really, really are impressive. I got my PRADOS beauty liner because it's super black and it's super hot outside and this baby's not going anywhere. That's a little too wide, too far out. Let's see, here we go. Yeah. Nobody laughed, but lately I've been trying to do my eyes a little smaller. So like, I am trying. Uneven. See, when you guys come stay here, you can be like, wow, Trixie unevenly drawn her eye makeup in this room. That's the problem with doing your own makeup is every time I look like crap, it's my own fault. So I can't even like blame a makeup artist. It's like, girl, this was you. You did this. Today we're on the Realty. So like, I'm just gonna show you guys. This is a very old Z palette. Bunch of my Makeup Forever powders. This is actually a bunch of Anastasia shadows. So I'm just gonna rip into it. You guys, I'm doing a few different things in drag today, so I don't want anything too bright. So I'm just gonna give it a good old like Trixie brown eye kind of sculpted situation. This Trixie Cosmetics brush, you guys, this nice big fat one, I'm gonna show you like this one. When you're doing big blown out shapes like I do, use a bigger brush. Like what is the point of doing a big blown out shape and then using a tiny brush? If you guys could see my view out here, I can see like staff walking around and stuff. We're closed right now for, not for renovations, but for like maintenance. Like we closed for a couple days just for maintenance and stuff. And the other night, Dave and I came here and went swimming and I was like, we haven't been here alone since before we opened. Easy peasy, Trixie brown kind of situation. I like to take the lighter color. I like a warm brown and I like to use a really warm brown just to diffuse the edges of the eye makeup. So it looks more like almost face powder. You know how it just makes, it burns the edges a little bit. And then I'm gonna take this deep purple, I think this is actually MAC Embark, like a deep, deep brown. And then I'm just gonna press that right here for a little more depth right in the center. And that's that whole eye. Then I'm gonna start doing the under eye. I like to take this deepest shade. And then the important thing is snatch up. I used to snatch out and my eyes for a long time looked very horizontal and 60s, but lately I've been liking it more like a real drag queen. It's been a crazy summer, you guys. It's been, how do I keep it light? It's been the hardest few months of my whole life. If you guys notice, I've been very absent on social media. I don't know how I've even been able to keep up with the YouTube channel, but I've been going through it. I was just, you know, not eating and struggling and just every part of existing was a chore for me for like a good couple months, the last couple months. And it's hard. It was hard for me. I don't wanna get into it. Listen, we all know I didn't have the greatest upbringing. I think I have outrun a lot of it for a long time, and I think a lot of it is coming out in the wash and catching up with me, and it's annoying to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm a rather private person, so if you guys ever see me cancel a gig or really absent on social media, my instinct is not to tell you why, and it never will be. So, you know, my boundaries. I'm gonna take that deep brown color from Anastasia, and that's what I'm gonna use to deepen right at the lash line. There we go. I'm gonna do this to the other side here and be right back. All right, so we have both eyes on. I kind of went a little dark on one side, but whatever. Let's do some brows. You guys know I love the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This shade is Ginger Snap. I'm unable to do my brows with other products now. This is the best. It's just the best product. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you guys lately I've been trying to draw on both sides of my brows so they come out maybe a little more even, but that sucks, that's worse. Do you guys have a good side? I mean, I feel like with brows, my right side always turns out better. Kind of, sort of, I don't know, let's see what happens. I think it's, oh God. Yeah, this will be okay. This will be okay. I got my Makeup Forever foundation palette here. I just am addicted to it. It's too, you guys, it's just too easy for me to reach in here and just do my whole face with this and move on with my life. Do you guys mind if I indulge in a little bit? It's so nice in here. I've never gotten to really spend too much time in these rooms. Like Dave and I stayed in this room once. Usually Dave and I, when we're here, we stay in the honeymoon suite because it's just a little more space and because we're gay. There are some favorites though. I will say booking wise, I think this is the favorite. Atomic Bombshell is the other favorite, which is crazy because it's one of the smaller suites, technically square footage wise, but it really is quite a beautiful room. So I guess I get it. But that's one of those are probably the two favorites, I think. And Yeehaw is so nice. Yeehaw's a big, nice suite with a kitchen. That one is really like quite a comfortable room. That one also has a guitar in there. Whenever I'm here, I usually sneak in there and play the guitar. Fender makes a guitar called a Malibu. That's like a very small 3/4 size guitar. And if you see me in some of my past like press videos, sometimes I'm playing a smaller guitar. It's usually that guitar in white. And we have one here in blue. It's actually a very nice little guitar. If you guys, anybody out there wants to learn guitar, I can't recommend that Fender Malibu enough. Great sound, great price point, and it's nice and small. So if you have an apartment or something, you can keep it under your bed. When I first started guitar, you guys, I was like 13. I remember thinking like, I want an I took it so seriously that when somebody suggested buying like a starter guitar, I took it as an insult. Like, no, I'm not a starter, bitch. I'm gonna play this guitar for the rest of my life. And I was right, by the way. But I wanted like a, you know, expensive, nice, like, you know, it's crazy to think at the time. I wanted my grandparents to buy me like a $3,000 hummingbird. Of course, we didn't have that kind of money, but in my dreams, I was like, I want that. And I still play hummingbirds as an adult, so I guess I knew what I wanted. It's looking pretty good, right? Start sketching around the brows. There we go, nice and light. I'm trying to do lighter brows lately too, you guys. I've been over darkening my brows a little bit, and then in pictures, I'm like, girl, you have white hair and dark brown eyebrows. To dip back into my personal, I guess I'm here to be personal today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm normally not like this, but to be personal, I've learned that if your home life, your family life, your relationships, your friendships, if that stuff is not safe and secure and taken care of, you don't have anything. You know, like I've spent the last good 15 years really dedicating my life to Trixie and drag. And you know, even before Drag Race, I was that person who like would take every gig I was offered, no matter how shitty the money. I would miss, you know, family events. I would miss funerals and weddings and birthdays. And I just was somebody who's just so dedicated to work. And the older I get, the more I don't always feel like that's virtuous. I think when I was younger, I was like, I love to work, I love to hustle. And now I'm like, I'm 34 years old now. I'm ready for this middle part of my life where I'm maybe work less, calibrating. I want to be in drag less. I want to be more excited when I am in drag. I'm starting to cut the fat a little bit. You know, and maybe this is a getting older thing too, you guys. It's weird, like seeing my mom get older, seeing my brother get older, seeing my siblings get older. You know, my sister having a baby freaked me out. I was just like, my sister. I remember her being a baby. I remember the day my sister, Sam, came home from the hospital. We had her on the channel if you guys remember. And now I'm like, she has a baby. Or like my mom, seeing my mom turn into like a little gray-haired lady. I'm just like, the world is moving quickly, and I have been cross-dressing for like the meat of my life now, like the middle sandwich chunk. I have been in drag multiple days a week the whole time. And I guess now I'm just seeing the value and balance, honestly. I love drag and I love working, but I also like, I can no longer be that person who like misses a birthday or doesn't go to a family function or like, you know, it's just, that can't be me anymore. So I think I'm just consciously like shifting and bargaining and how can I keep my work life the same, but nourish like more of a real life of like friendships and romantic and like family and like all of that deserves more attention, I feel. It's just a priority shift for me. It's weird to hear myself genuinely have thoughts like work doesn't matter to me as much anymore, but because I've been running like Trixie. I've been doing, you know, for years, I've been running at a speed where everyone's always like, by the way, this is Makeup Forever foundation. I've been running at a speed where everyone's always like, I don't know how you do it. You're everywhere. When do you sleep? And I always took that as a compliment. And I guess I never understood that at some point that would actually wear me down. Yeah, guys, I've been struggling. It's just suddenly the amount of work I've tasked myself with in life is crushing. The responsibility and the demand of it is crushing. I don't know, drag feels like sometimes it has cost me my life in a way. So, I mean, it's made my whole life, but sometimes I'm like, I've missed so much. I've missed so much of real life. You know, I've been present, but not present enough for so many like life things. And I think it's a good thing to like consciously go like, that's not what I want to do anymore. So that's okay. Like allowing myself to even be okay with that. But you guys don't forget, I grew up like the poorest family in a small town. Like if anybody out there has ever been really worried for rent or like, you know you have a family that if you have money problems, they can't help you. That part of me, that part of me that fears that has always driven me. And I think I always thought of it as an advantage in the workplace. And lately I think of it as like a glorified trauma response, honestly. Like, I'm not proud to be that person anymore. I'm not proud to be somebody who just like has stamina for work and fits in other human beings when I can. You know, that's not me anymore. I don't want that to be me anymore. Life changes. It's also something weird. I mean, let's be honest. Like, let's just be honest. All of my dreams, my wildest dreams came true by the time I was like 30, right? I had done everything I ever thought I would ever get to do with my music career, comedy, everything. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to have climbed every ladder you thought you would ever climb and then sort of hard to not think of the cost of it. Like all the time, you know, you missed a Christmas or stuff like that. Like that's not okay for me anymore. You know, I'm just changing speeds a little bit. And I think that's okay. You know, my family, my partner, everybody's had to just build their life around my schedule because what's happened with Trixie is so like 1 in a billion. Even now, I'm sitting at my own motel getting a dress. Like, you know, everybody in my life who loves me has always been like, no, go do it, chase it, do it now, you know? And I think nowadays I'm interested in like the balance of that, where it's like, you can still perform and chase your dreams and make great money, but still like block a week off the calendar and go visit your mom. You know what I mean? Like go visit your mom, bitch. Go visit your niece, bitch. Take time off and like, go on vacation. Like I've never even been on a vacation like that, you know?
Hello.
Hello.
May
Look who it is. Yeah.
Hi, BB.
Hi. You guys know David Silver from Trixie Motel.
Here I am.
What do you think the room looks like in here?
Gorgeous, stunning.
Looks good, right?
The room or me?
Oh, you. Look at the merch model. Show the garment.
The hat, the shirt, TrixieMotelShop.com.
I was just telling the audience about just like sitting here and we're coming up to the 1 year and like, this is just crazy.
I know, 1 year.
How many guests have we had?
A lot.
Like at least 1,000, right?
365 times 7 rooms.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow. Let me do that math.
But you know, projects like Trixie Motel, stuff that keeps me home but keeps me working, it's like that's where you find the balance, you know what I mean?
Probably 2,000.
That is so crazy. Some of you watching this have probably been in this room.
Yeah. Thank you all. If you've been here, if you stayed with us, thank you so much. We did it all for you.
We did.
Yeah. All right. Love you.
I love you too. Embarrassed that he came in here while I was talking about my feelings. But you know, you guys, I've been with David 7 years. He has let me travel the whole world. Last year, Kati and I did Trixie and Kati Live 100 shows. I did about 50 on my own. I filmed Queen of the Universe and Trixie Motel last year, not to mention other TV guest stuff. I was home less than 5 months, probably last year. And I mean, David has really let me go do all of that and chase all my dreams. But at some point, I personally am craving the next phase of our relationship, you know? Whatever that is. I mean, you guys, I've changed, I've been changing a lot. I just am ready for other things. Like I love being Trixie and I love doing drag, but I'm ready to trade a little bit of the time in drag for a little more real life time. Do you think that's okay? I think it's okay. But if you guys can't tell, I'm such a workaholic that I have a hard time even allowing myself to admit these things, that I want these things. I don't even recognize myself sometimes, but I guess let yourself change, let yourself think new things. I don't know. It's crazy. Life is crazy, you know? It's okay to hit your limit, to maybe have pushed the envelope. And I just think with my relationship with work and the way I have let it sort of snowball in a way that has maybe occluded my life, my real life, I have no one to blame but myself. You know, when I worked at the mall and I'd be like, I work too much, they work me too hard. When you're self-employed and you work too hard, it's your own fault. It's your own fault that you don't find balance in your life. I mean, you guys, balance matters. Downtime matters. Taking time to not create so that you can take in art and be inspired matters. Reflecting on your failure matters. Like so many of these things I just have never given myself time to do. It started to feel like I was in a submarine and the lug nuts and stuff start popping off and water starts going like and because that's just the pressure. It's been tough. The last week maybe has been such an upswing. I'm just like, thank God. Something important to remember, you guys, if you ever have a struggle, everything is temporary. Good or bad. Like enjoy the best things in your life because they're all temporary, and breathe through the hardest things because it's all temporary, right? Nobody's ever stuck one way forever. Oh, I can't believe we talked about all this in a video, whatever. I'm just being honest, you guys. So many things. I'm gonna use a big powder puff here. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills setting powder. This one I mixed banana with translucent because even though I don't love the translucent, I don't wanna throw it away. So I've been mixing it with the banana. I'm thrifty. I don't like throwing things away. I don't like not using things that are like have some left over. I'm not that person. I will cut the moldy part off the bread and eat the rest of it that's not moldy. Like there's something, again, the mentality of like struggling to survive for so much of my life that never goes away. You know, sometimes I just have to remember where all this comes from. I mean, I grew up in a trailer that probably was the size of 2 of these motel rooms. Like sometimes I have to remind myself that my sort of trauma response of like being afraid of not having money, being afraid of not being able to provide for my family, you know, being afraid of mismanaging my career and having it slip out of my fingers, that fear, you manage it full time unless you figure out how to live with it. And I think I've just hit the point where a lot of my panic, my fear, my like constant anxiety and stress about things that haven't happened and probably won't, doesn't make sense, you know? All right. We got some lovely face powders here, all my Makeup Forever powders. I am going to shape up the face a little bit with my contour powders. I'm gonna do a little bit of my black and white liner, and we'll be right back. We are cruising, baby. I don't know, I think I did a good job on this makeup. It's always hard to see this makeup without lashes, but you know what I mean. Let's do some blush. I have some options here. I have this ColourPop Island Shine. I kind of want to wear this like kind of watermelon-y color. I also have this old Mariah Carey blush from MAC, this You've Got Me Feeling. I feel like this is gonna be a little too pink for me today. Yeah, it is pretty. I think we are gonna do this Hello Kitty blush, this ColourPop Hello Kitty Island Shine blush. This is from like a few years ago, but let's just go for it. Oh yeah, isn't that pretty? A flamingo color, and we're in the flamingo room. You know what I've been thinking too, like, speaking of going through changes, I used to wear blush all the way in the front of my face, and now I basically wear it on the outside of my head, and I like so prefer the look of that, of just wearing it on the ends of my face. It's crazy to think I always wore it in the middle before. Changes. Things are changing. I also love this CoverGirl peach blush though. Let me just, oh, it smells like peaches. You guys, I love this blush. I'm just gonna do a little bit. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love blush. I don't know if you guys have ever been made aware of that, but I love blush. I wanna wear this kind of nudie kind of lip today. I have these nudes. I have Milkshake from Anastasia and Crush. These are two of my absolute favorites. They're so pretty, so nudie, and they usually look best with kind of a maroon sort of liner. I got Boundless Berry here from Makeup Forever. This is one of my favorite pencils. By the way, would you guys watch, you know, I think a couple years ago I did like an end of year best of. I think this year I want to do another best of video. Like best of lip pencils, best brushes, best of. I do keep like a mental like of what the favorite of everything is. And I think we should do another like best of this year. I'm just gonna fill it in the inside with Edge to Edge here from MAC. This is one of my favorite pencils. It's just like the Boundless Berry that I have on, but like a little lighter. So it's great for blending. Kind of like so. Is it symmetrical like at all, please? Although I do have this, I have this Sigma New Mod liquid lipstick. I love this, you guys. Look how pretty this is. I like that really nudie kind of, it has like a hint of like a raisin to it, but not too purple. That is a beautiful lip. I'm just gonna add some shape to it. This Milkshake color from Anastasia, you guys, it's great for when you're doing these extreme nudes. Watch. See the difference? Just like a little shape. All right, I feel beautiful. I am gonna go put on lashes, hair, nails, body makeup, etc., and I will be right back. And would you look at that? I have returned. I look incredible, obviously. Thank you guys for joining me here today. I know today's video was a little bit meandering, but sometimes, honestly, one of the best things about doing YouTube is if you just feel like talking, self-guided talking, this is a great place to do it. I love this look, but then again, today I chose products I pretty much use all the time and completely love. I'm gonna go put on some perfume and honestly take some pictures for the internet at the motel. I never get to be here. Thank you guys for joining me today. Goodbye.